Today's talk, some simple but very effective ways to help improve your self-confidence. And some of them you're about to apply straight away and you actually notice a difference. And if you're already subscribed, I appreciate it very much. If you haven't, please hit the subscribe button down below and look forward to sharing much more with you. Stay through to the end. There's a special bonus for the ones that stay to the end. Thank you. Now the first one is to help improve our self-confidence and boost it. Let's interrupt the habit of our mind of going into not feeling comfortable, not feeling self-confident, feeling the fears. Let's interrupt it. What's one of the easiest ways you can interrupt this is by breathing, taking deeper breaths. Now, if you're alone, you can really exaggerate the breath a bit more. Don't do it to a stage where you get lightheaded, just a little bit more where you feel comfortable. But if you're in a crowded place, you may not be able to exaggerate it as much, but you can just be focused on feeling your breath change. Even while I'm speaking, I can focus on my breath. It's an amazing way you can do that. So now you're moving attention to the breath and noticing that you are breathing calmly and you are feeling the oxygen coming in and coming out. This way, you've now interrupted it. Those thoughts, one thing, you've interrupted the thoughts, but now you've changed your breath to be able to get a benefit from your breathing. Because quite often when we're not feeling confident, we'll hold our breath, hold our whole body. So everything's been locked up. It's been locked up in where you don't want to be. So let's free ourselves up, bring the breath in so we can start shifting to where we want to go. How beautiful is that? We can control that, bring our mind to the breath and have the options. And by checking our thoughts, by the breathing, we're letting go of what the old thought is, and we can focus on that. Whoa, that old thought, was that really serving me? Instead of saying, oh, I can't do this, I'm not confident in this, it's too difficult, it's too hard. Hey, I know myself, it may be 100% true, but if I keep telling it to myself, what am I going to get? It's too difficult, it's too hard. But that's just another way of saying, I don't know how to do it, or maybe I should allocate it to someone else. So this is a talk for another time, but you can go and look into ways of learning about it so you can try. Or if you realize, like for me, computer programming, I don't get that at all. I just don't understand it. That's why I have to hire somebody else. Doing graphics, mine looks like a little child's done the graphics. I have to hire somebody else. But other things, with a little bit of knowledge, I can boost my self-confidence and feel good about it and feel like I can do it myself. So by changing our thoughts, instead of like, I can't do it, I got no confidence, you may not even be saying, I don't feel confident. But in the back of our head, we've got that thoughts going on, saying, I don't feel comfortable, I don't feel confident. So let's be conscious about it, because the more we feed what we don't want, the more it's going to flourish. And another very, very important thing is what? Allowing yourself time to respond. We live in a very fast society. Emails, texting, WhatsApp, there's so many different ways they want instantly. Just because it can come to us instantly, does that means we have to instantly reply back? I didn't know that's part of the rules. We just feel like we're going to get hooked up in the cycle. And if we get hooked up and someone says something and now you don't feel good about it, it's going to affect your self-confidence. What are you doing? You're getting hooked up in that old cycle. So we've learned two things. One, we can take the deep breath. The second one is we can change our thoughts. Hey, I have a choice to change my thoughts. The third one is now I've got time to actually respond to it. I can respond to it in a way that I know it's going to make me feel good. It's going to boost my self-confidence. We don't have to give our power over to somebody else. It's a choice that we've subconsciously made. So now we can bring the power back to ourselves to make ourselves good. Is it going to happen straight away? May happen the first time, 10th time, 20th time. But when it happens, is it really relevant? No, because each time you try and each time you put the effort in, you should be very thankful that you're putting the effort in, because that's a step towards the right direction. So if it's a step towards the right direction, what's it also mean? It's a step away from where you were before. So yes, it has helped a lot. It will boost your self-confidence over time. But there's also the saying that we never know we've hit the goal until afterwards. Afterwards, then we can reflect back and say, oh wow, I've already made it. But if we're on the journey, we're going to say, oh, I haven't done it. It's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Let's take my deep breath and work out where I am. It's like, whoa, I've already passed it. How thankful is that? How amazing is that? We've got the choices to make that. Right now, right here. And as the more you practice it, guess what? The more it's going to boost up your self-confidence. It's so amazing how it happens. Repetition. Now, we do exercise repetitively. It may be a team sport, it may be a ball. Why do we practice? So we can learn different ways of doing it and instill the practice what we're doing so it becomes more automatic. So the same thing here, by doing it repetitively over and over again, even though you feel like you're not getting there, it is actually shifting us inside, which is a main target of what we're trying to do, which is very, very important. Now, which is probably a little bit more harder. Why do I say that? But I think it's very, very important as well. Is it starting to trust ourselves? Okay, you've got an email that came in, a text that came in, a WhatsApp that came in. Now you've got to reply to it. Now we have a choice to take our deep breath, think about our thoughts, give ourselves time to respond. Now we can start typing it out, speaking it out without sending it. Like, okay, this doesn't feel right. Does it feel right or not? If it doesn't, okay, let's look at it, take our breaths, let's try again. And the only way you're going to know if it's going to improve is eventually, once you've put an effort in, is send it out. If it's going to come out in a positive way, more than likely you're going to get a positive effect back. But there's always something positive you can get out of it. Even though you may say, oh, it's going to come back negative. I know I've done that many, many times. But guess what? You now know this is a way that I can grow from. Instead of feeling defeated and destroying the self-confidence that's come back, oh, this is a reason I had to hear this or see this, is to help make me a better person. So straight away, it's a win. Without even getting hooked into the old bad habits, it's a win. Now, I think the most important part of all is realizing and understanding that we really do have a choice of our emotions and how we react to it. You say, I know sometimes myself, we get hooked into the moment, and it's like, okay, may be true, but we've got some tools we just learned. Let's take a deep breath in. Where are my thoughts? No, but they're not in the place I want. So now I have to make the conscious choice to change my thoughts and change my way I speak and what I'm going to say. Because this way it can diffuse a whole situation, and we really have a choice over it. We don't really have a choice over how other people are going to react. We can just do the best we can, and ultimately it's their choice. Now, do we have to take it personally? It could be an opportunity to grow from, but I always find that the majority of people are never malicious trying to harm you. They're just saying it in a way that they feel is helping us. And we always like to be helpers. We always want to be rescuers, especially a male. We want to be a rescuer, so it's part of us. We want to rescue. But quite often the time is we don't need, they don't want, the other person doesn't want to be rescued. They just want someone to listen to them. So by understanding that we have a choice of the emotion, how we react to the situation that somebody sent in, we can change it and help ourselves with self-confidence. Wow, instead of, oh, this is really affecting me, I can't take this anymore. You know? But if you keep getting the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same response. But what we do now is now we can realize this is the most beautiful time I can grow right now, right present. I can learn from this and boost my confidence. I can look into it more. I can learn more from it in areas. Or maybe it's something that, hey, I really, really don't know about. I need somebody to help me out with it. I need to send it to somebody else that can take care of it. There's plenty of options out there. That is really a nice point. For sticking around to the end, I'd like to thank you very much. Secondly, we've got some spots open up for one-on-one. These one-on-one gives me a chance to probe and work out what I can do to help you reach your goals, help you with your confidence, help you realize that these failures and the weak points could be actually your strongest points of all, and able to help you grow to your goals and your potentials. There'll be an email link in the description below. Email saying, yes please, I'm looking forward to the free one-on-one consultation. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And if you haven't already, hit the like button. Please do that. Also want to thank you for staying around to the end. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button.